a joint is totally different than a muscle. A muscle has a blood supply and get nutrition from there. And a joint and tendons and ligaments are totally different. They need pressure and tension to react. And in this manner, the joints need much pressure. When they get much pressure, the cartilage get pressed, the nutrients go out, and after, when you go to sleep and relax, the nutrients come back and you grow. The discs will grow all over in the joints the same. They grow up. But also the tendons, they have a water binding ability. Here you see that's the word sene is tendon, and you see 70% of the
tendon
of the connective tissues here. That's the word for connective tissues. Collagen type 1 is connective tissue, and there's 70% of water. And when you don't use it, you bring somebody in a cast, the water binding ability goes down to 20%, and you have stiff joints, stiff tendons. It's crazy. Or somebody get a ruptured tendon in the finger, they need months to recover.
Last time we discussed that weight training, things that put pressure on your muscles, bench pressing, the basic movements, hinging at the hips, squatting, they're not optimal to directly target muscles the same. They're not optimal to target joints and ligaments the same way they're targeting the muscle. And I think from reading the comments, a lot of people understood this as do away with those and only do straight limbs or bent limbs. We're not saying any of that. We're saying that we as grapplers, many of you, I'm sure, train MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo,
wrestling,
our joints,
yeah.
Wrestling, our joints are very important. And we all know that one knee surgery or your one knee injury away from changing your entire career, basically. So yes. We're saying, in addition to all these movements that we all do in any shape they come in, like push-ups or bench press or chin-ups or lat pull-downs, whatever it is, understanding the joint, how it works, straight arm strength and bent arm strength can be added. So, and a lot of people also mentioned that Shadi was prying, saying how a little bit more into details. You were explaining the concept, but people wanted something more detailed. So if you can give something that they can add to their workout routine, that one day is a straight arm or straight limbs, so where it is locked, and then after, when they recover, the water binding ability goes up, and another one for their joint, but they're using bent limbs. So one day of straight arm or straight limbs and one day of bent. So if you can give them maybe a few exercises of each, that they can incorporate them either in the dojo or in the gym. And everyone watching, of course, please take notes.
Joint prep. In different sports, you need joint preparation. And in judo and all fighting sports, you need very strong joints. And one day you have to compress them in a straight manner, and one day you do it in a flex day. The most mix that concept and do everything on the same day. You have the best results when you make different days. Like in the muscles, one day you do chest and the next day you do lats. In this manner, you do one day straight arm strength, one day bent arm strength. By bent arm strength, I mean you do dips, push-ups, pull-ups, rope climbing, bench press. That's the concept of moving the limbs in the flexion manner.
You have all these muscles that help, of course, protect and envelop, but also the joint itself, it needs to be targeted. So people thought that we're saying, no, don't become strong, only work your joints. That's not true at all. In the bent, you will also target your muscles.
Here you see the straight arm work. For this, everybody said it's a straight exercise for the arms, and it's a pulling. my bicep tendon is under much tension in this manner, and I press the arms behind and go in a straight manner and push my hips up. That's a very hard exercise. It's very good for strengthening the long bicep tendon and the tricep tendons with the overextension of this exercise.
So this exercise also falls in line with when we walk on our hands in the dojo and our partner is holding our ankles.
Yeah. In Germany, we said this is a Schubkarre. It's like this, to walk on this and somebody hold your ankles, but you get more pressure with these exercises. It's from gymnastics today for preparation for pommel horse.
Yeah, if someone is not lifting my legs, there's a lot more pressure on my wrists and elbows and shoulders. So that will, okay. And this is for upper body, basically handstands and these types of exercises, but for the lower body.
I show some, but I do prefer these exercises before you do handstand work. Do first 2 planks, 2 straight arm strength work. I need time under tension, and to get loose wrists and easy wrists, you have to do long time on the wrists. I'm a manual therapist. My work all day is to bring more space between the joints. And when you have healthy joints, it's easy to bring muscles on them. For the ankles, straight knee, only ankle jumps, only from the ankles. You see straight knee, calf raises. With the straight knee, it's for gastrocnemius muscles. And then you have also on the band side for the soleus muscle in the back. It's also, you combine it with tibialis raises from knees over toes guy.
You mentioned before walking on tiptoes for minutes.
Walking with a kettlebell. I give you a kettlebell in the hand. One side important. Not both sides, one side important. And then you go a line, walk the line with one kettlebell. With the rotation to the one side, you have to fixate the other side. You have a cross body connection, and walking on tiptoes, the foot muscles, and in the foot there are many tendons. They get compressed, and they get, with the tibialis muscle, you have the tibialis muscle in the front, and you have also here the triceps of the calf. You call it in Latin, the triceps, and you have the small flexor tendons. They come on the back side of the foot, and when you walk on tiptoes, that they work perfectly together. You see us when my wife is a professional dancer, and she has very strong ankles. When you're a hard gainer, and you, from your body type, you look like a hard gainer. You're not a guy who get very easy muscles. These hard gainers they don't have to do much calf raises. They have to go on tiptoes and get stronger ankles and stronger joints.
So when these, for example, now for people who are probably wondering, if we're walking like this on that kettlebell, with the kettlebell walk, do we do like one line or a period of time? So, for example, I put on a timer for 2 minutes. I do one side, 2 minutes, do the other. How does it work? It's not by repetition, obviously.
No, I counting repetitions. It's boring. It's boring. In this manner, I say time under tension. You need 5 to 10 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. A set. No, one set is enough. One set is enough.
On
Go
each
5
side.
minutes. No,
I'm talking kettlebells.
Your arm is going numb when you walk all the time. Then your wrist, you lose control, change the side.
And when I walk, is it parallel or like one in front of the other?
On the line in the judo, when you have a line on the floor, go a line.
These are, if people look at these, yes, they're challenging, but they don't demand this time to develop a skill, for example, like a front lever or a one-arm push-up or a handstand walks. They don't require any of these, but yes, they're difficult. Obviously, that's the point, because we need some tension on the joint. But at the same time, you can start doing them now. That's what I like about these. So we discussed now the locked position of the joints. If we want to do another day, but for bent,
for bent arm work.
Yes, I know. For example, I'm a big advocate for Jefferson curls, but not everyone can develop that skill easily. I see even coaches, Olympians, they're going down, they're pushing themselves up, or as they're starting to do like this, they immediately collapse. It's a skill that needs to be developed. So just like these exercises that we saw, what is something that can be done that for good joints, but in the bent position?
For bent position, wait here, I have the arms. You see that are the Korean push-ups. It's for the shoulder. It's very good for the shoulder. The elbows locked in, and here pressing.
Hindu push-ups, like the Kimura footage.
You see?
So it's time under tension, same concept, but a more bent.
Yes. One very good exercise for the bent work is like this. It's abs and knees, and you come from the backside all the time.
And lift yourself up.
Yes. Many repetitions. And get faster.
I noticed she has her feet like this.
A little bit, yeah.
For stability, not for anything else.
Yeah, to get better up, yes.
Okay.
She also gets strong legs from this kind of exercises.
You're squatting up, explosive, of course.
Before the deck squat, the movement from the girl before the deck squat, you can do it on, to take 3 tatamis up, and you roll on 3 tatamis, and then you go up, and then you go down to 2 tatamis, and then 1 tatami, and then on the floor. For this, to help them to get a better position.
If we just recap, it's walk on your hands, belly up, belly down. Your feet are limbs, but the core is strong. So that's one. Also, ankle jumps, knees are locked. Tiptoe on one line, kettlebell on one side, and then switch. You also have Hindu push-ups, Korean push-ups, time under tension. Nordic curls, get up, squats, as much repetitions as you can. So crunch, and then you get up into a squat.
The get up is more important than the burp here.
Yeah.
And it's much better for the joints and for the spine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Yeah, you're right. And these are exercises that people can start doing right now. You don't need to build up to them like a
no.
Nordic curl, one arm push up, or you don't need to.